Greetings and salutations, Solo Guy here, and today what I want to do is unbox this Flames of War City Ruins. It's all plastic. This has been something promised by the Flames of War guys for a very long time, and on the back it shows you how many pieces that you are getting of each part. So you do have 4 of these partly demolished walls, 4 of these intact walls, 4 of these corner roofs. Okay, you got 1 of each of the upper and lower wall sections, so that would help divide out the rooms. And these pieces here, I believe, are sections of roofs as well. These would represent either the spine that would connect the 2 parts of the building, or maybe the corner pieces as well. And over here, 6 sets of floors that would allow. Now, this can also be used for if you play World War III Team Yankee. You could do that as well, because the buildings in Europe, they didn't change a whole lot. There are a number of buildings out there today in Europe that are still in use, even though they've been around for a long, long time. And that would be the difference of the United States, where we, as a country, it is still relatively young in comparison to places like in Europe and Russia and other places in the world. So let's take a look. See what we have here. So you can see what's in here. Okay, see how they packed it. And it's all plastic. Let's drag it all out and ooh. Okay, so we have ourselves a guide. Put that off to the side there. Okay, they put everything in a giant Ziploc bag. Good. Great idea, guys. Okay. Whew. Let's get these out. Oh, maybe I need to go back a little bit more. There we go. Spread these out a little bit more so people can see what it is they're exactly getting. Okay. The roof sections are not all the same dimension. That has to be mentioned. Okay, you get some partly destroyed partly destroyed walls as well. Okay. So let's put these up. Let's put these here. We got some roofs. Okay, let's see what else we've got in here. Okay, so we've got different angles of roofs, different lengths of the rooftops there. We certainly have a number of these spines, if you will. I call them spines, and then you have a number of the corners as well. So that is going to be pretty successful. Okay. And let's see, what else do we have in here? Ah, yes. Little tiny walls. Okay, nice. So we got some tiny walls here as well. That can help. And let's see. Got some more portions. Now, over here we have some flooring. Okay. Okay, so we have some flooring here. Now, I do want to point out, if you flip over to the other side, you'll notice there is detail on the bottom side, and you can see some of the supports there. So if you wanted to go, take a closer look, that if you guys wanted to go and paint the ceiling, if you will, of the floor, that's a great way to do it. Okay, that's awesome. And this bag here contains 2 more floor sections. They're also corner. Okay, And they are not exactly the same. These guys are not exactly the same, as you guys can see here. But the cool part is you get to see the detail underneath. You get to see some of the flooring underneath. Okay, so that is really cool. I'm kind of wondering, aren't you supposed to paint these before you put them together? Okay. And here's another set, our last set of flooring. They were really careful in the packaging of this. I've got to say kudos to Battlefront, okay? And again, you're seeing the same thing, more flooring, and you get to see some of the rafters sticking out. So man, you can really go to town on how well do you want to detail these, I have to say. Now, let's take a look at the walls here for a moment. Okay, so the thing about these walls is that you have your outside, which if you take a closer look here, you'll notice you got a brick exterior here. You could simply paint that like dark gray, light gray, dry brush it, and that'd be a pretty quick, easy job. When you look on the back, okay, it's kind of smooth in there, and I mean, in theory, you could go and paint different floors, different colored walls if you wanted to. I'm sure there'd be some artists out there who would have some great ideas and great imaginations to do these. Now, again, not all the pieces are exactly the same, okay? So that, I have to say, that's what makes these guys pretty unique, these damaged walls, because they are not exactly the same. They are damaged in their own way, which is really, really cool. Okay, so I'm going to put those off to the side here. So we've got these intact walls here. Let's get a closer look at them. So if you look at these relatively intact walls, yeah, they are the same. That's okay. That's really okay. Big windows, big doors, how appropriate for the scale. Okay, when you turn these over, you could flip over to the other side, and if you wanted a building made of this texture on the outside, so it's not a brick. Here, let me show you a little more closely. It's not a brick. I'm not sure quite how to describe it, but you have your choices with these. So yeah, that is going to be a fun little project. I have a feeling Christmas vacation, when I get time off for teaching, so to speak, that I get to work on these. Okay. What about the guide? All right, let me go back here. So what about the guide? What can we say about the guide? Well, I mean, if you look at it, they're telling you some things, and wow. Here's the assembly guide right here. So you have your assembly guide right here, and the really cool part about this is that they do give you choices. Okay, and you can attach inner walls in there. Here's a room divider. Okay. But you know what? You can also create your own room dividers if you wanted to break the rooms down smaller. But here are some possible floor plans that you can do with these buildings. Okay, just with this building set. If you buy more and you combine, you can have some, you can really go to town here. And again, that gives you some ideas, some tips. When you go, you look at the back, it gives you some basics as to how to go about putting these together. How would that look? Okay, and wow, this has been worth the wait. I know they wanted to release it earlier. I think it was around the time of when Stalingrad was coming out, but for whatever reason, they couldn't come up with the timing was off. Things weren't there. But at this point, guys, wow, for the possibilities that you have, that you are left with your imagination to go do this, because I mean, yeah, they're selling this at the time of Bagration, Operation Bagration. It's not Bagration, okay? It's named after a Russian prince, if you did not know that. But you can use this not just to represent Orsha or Vitebsk or Minsk. You can also use this to represent Stalingrad. You can represent Berlin. Hey, even in theory, you could represent Arnhem if you were so desperate to. Don't remember Arnhem buildings being this tall though. I visited many, many years ago, but I don't remember them being this tall. But it doesn't matter because you can use this for multiple settings. That's why it's worth it. And they say, oh, look, you can use this for Team Yankee / World War III. Yeah, that is also very true. You can have a detailed paint job like you're seeing here on the cover, or you can do like a quick spray, do some dry brushing of a few colors, and voila, you're going to town and you're going to war in a building. All right, guys, so you know what? I definitely think this is a worthwhile kit, and eventually I will put this together and I will give a hobby update video on things. I am still working on my Soviet T-34 battalion. I'm excited because I'm nearing the end of assembling it, and then of course it's painting it and adding those water slide transfers, or called decals or decals, depending how you pronounce that. Hey, this is definitely worthwhile, and it was worth the wait. So you can do more if you buy more of these, but if you start with one, wow, you can already do things with it. Good on you, Battlefront. Solo Guy totally approves. Hey, I hope this benefited you guys. And until next time, you take care. God bless you and have an awesome day.